In what ways does your media product use, develop or challenge forms and conventions of real media products? Well, to begin with, we decided to do a teaser trailer. It's about just over 60 seconds long, which follows the normal conventions of a teaser trailer, and the job of it really was to just entice the audience into the narrative of our film, to make them want to go and see it. I think we've done that quite successfully. We've tried not to give too much away, but at the same time we've tried to give them a hint to what the narrative is, so that it will make them want to come and see it. And from looking at our audience feedback, they all said they'd come and see it from seeing the trailer, even if the genre of our film wasn't one that they'd usually pick to go and see. The audience for our film and trailer is predominantly males, mainly because of the violence and the crime that we've put in the trailer, but also because all the characters in the trailer and the film are actually all male, so it makes much more sense that males who come to see the film are more likely to associate themselves with them and more likely to make a kind of connection with them rather than females. However, we haven't not targeted females as well. The film is still open to them because they are likely to go with the boyfriend to the cinema to see it as well, so we do still want to include them as our target audience, but it is more predominantly males. The age is about 15 to 24. The film is a 15 certificate because there is violence in there. There's not an excessive amount, but there still is violence in there. And also the characters are that kind of age as well. They're about 18, so it's easy to relate with the characters if you're that target audience as well. As for our genre, we started off with a thriller drama genre, mainly because of the violence and the kind of emotional side of the story and the relationship between Jake and his brother Stuart. However, as we've gone along the process of making the trailer, and at the end of it, when we asked our audience what they thought it would be, they did say thriller. However, social realist did come up quite a bit, so we kind of looked into that, and we did decide that we have used lots of forms and conventions of a social realist film, so we have included that in our genre. The forms and conventions that we've used are, as for a drama, we've involved real life situations. It's like an everyday family. You don't get to see the actual adults of the family, but it's in a family home, and it revolves around a character who is at a crucial moment in their life. So obviously Jake's just about to commit the biggest crime he's probably ever going to commit, because of his previous actions that he's already committed. And there's also lots of gangs in there, drugs and that kind of themes which are used in drama genres. As for a thriller, we've involved a plot, there's a twist, and it is based around revenge and justice. There's lots of violence, and there's an uncertainty which brings anticipation, and these are all conventions of a thriller. And as for a social realist genre, we've used unknown actors, which is a big kind of convention of social realist films. We've used crime, drugs, there's youths in there, and there's bullying. These are themes which often appear in social realist films. The way we've subverted or changed these genres, basically the police aren't actually a main aspect in our film as they would be in a drama or a thriller or even a social realist film, for example. And we've done this really because we didn't want the film to be based around a big chase between the police and Jake. We wanted to focus more on the relationship with Jake and his brother, and then Jake and his friends, and the way that he kind of wants to get justice for his brother. There was also no focus on guns or alcohol, which all three genres might expect to see. We did this mainly because we wanted to keep the violence realistic. It's unlikely that a boy Jake's age would have a gun anyway, so therefore we didn't want to use one because we wanted to keep the feel of the film very realistic. And we moved away from kind of basing the film around alcohol because we wanted to keep with the drugs. Stuart overdosed on drugs, so we didn't really want to use alcohol and drugs. And lastly, there's no adults actually present in the film. Well, there's no main character who is an adult, as you would probably see in a drama. This is done really because the focus wasn't on adults. It wasn't really about Jake being caught. It was more to do with the journey he goes on to seek redemption for his brother.